Greetings. Welcome to the Art Director YouTube channel. Today, we're delving deeper into the Unreal Engine 5.3 update, a release that's making waves in the world of game development and visual creation.
This update is nothing short of a game changer, and it's packed with features that will delight game developers and creators across the industry.
Epic Games has poured an immense amount of innovation into this update. Unreal Engine 5 made its debut in April 2022, and since then, it has been creating quite a buzz among game developers and filmmakers. In just under 2 years, numerous games have been developed using Unreal Engine 5, including highly anticipated titles like Tekken 8 and Black Myth. With Unreal Engine 5.3, Epic Games has raised the bar even higher.
From coronary to developer iteration, virtual production for those who are working with Nanite. Let's dive into some of the key enhancements and features in Unreal Engine 5.3. Skeletal and rigging editor. This new standout feature is now possible in Unreal through modeling, bones, rigging, and animating, using Sequencer to create an entire character pipeline. This feature streamlines the character creation process, providing animators and riggers with a comprehensive toolset. And some of the cool things that we've already mentioned, which is now available in Unreal Engine 5.3, includes the skeletal editor. Notably, it enables you to paint weights and manipulate character meshes seamlessly. It allows anyone to rig their characters directly in Unreal Engine and skin them however you choose. Cloth simulator and editor. We also get a new cloth editor. Imagine having the power to create realistic clothing simulations right within Unreal Engine. Well, now you can. The all-new cloth editor is here, and it's a game changer. This release also boasts significant updates to Chaos Cloth, making it even more incredible. Here's the magic. You can now define precisely how a clothing simulation interacts with your character. And here's the kicker. Artificial intelligence steps in to turn that interaction into a full-fledged animation. No more hopping between different apps for your clothing simulations. It's all happening directly in Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine 5.3 introduces XPBD, Extended Position-Based Dynamics, constraints with a transfer algorithm that lays the foundation for the future of cloth generation within the engine. What does this mean for creators? Well, it unlocks a non-destructive cloth simulation workflow, allowing you to balance speed and precision. Plus, the use of panel-based cloth results in simulations that look even more impressive. But that's not all. You can now simulate clouds within the engine using the new panel cloth editor in conjunction with MLD, the former editor. This isn't just a time saver. It's a game changer for artists and potential cloud simulators or fashion artists working with Unreal Engine. It offers a flexible and powerful toolset that's bound to elevate your creative endeavors. Orthographic rendering is an exciting addition. It's particularly beneficial for architects, product designers, and top-down video game creators. The orthographic view offers a practical choice for visualizing architectural and manufacturing projects. It's also perfect for stylistic choices in games like a Baldur's Gate 3 style top-down perspective. It has long been available as a camera option in UE, but many rendering features were not supported, making it impractical to use. This feature has evolved to support many rendering features, making it more versatile and practical. Filmmakers will love the new Cinecam Rig Rail Actor. It offers fine-grained control over camera movements, enabling you to replicate the traditional camera tracking experience like going along track or doing doilies within Unreal Engine. You can choreograph camera rotation, focal length adjustments, focus distance changes, and more at various control points along the path. This feature supports both in-editor and virtual camera workflows. Enhancement Virtual Camera, VCam, improvements cater to the needs of directors and camera crews. The ability to review takes directly on an iPad accelerates the iteration process. Simultaneous streaming of different VCam outputs fosters collaboration, allowing the director and camera crew to work in tandem effectively. Furthermore, the ability to record at a slower frame rate and play it back at normal speed enhances the capture of fast-paced action scenes. Virtual production features and enhancement. Unreal Engine 5.3 enhances the virtual production pipeline by dedicating a machine to each camera, optimizing rendering resolutions and frame rates. This opens up possibilities for more complex scenes, geometry, and lighting. It's a boon for filmmakers and content creators who rely on virtual production techniques and display support for SMPTE ST2110. This experimental support paves the way for the next generation of LED production stages. By utilizing NVIDIA hardware, and Rivermax SDK. Unreal Engine 5.3 introduces a dedicated machine for each camera frustum. This maximizes rendering potential, increases frame rates, and accommodates more complex scene elements. This solution offers the ability to tackle challenges like wider angle lenses that require greater resolution and multi-camera shoots that stress current systems, reducing latency in the system due to simplifications in signal processing. Nanite, picture this. You're in a game, exploring a jaw-droppingly detailed world, and suddenly you're hit by a wave of lag. Your character stumbles and you think, why can't we have amazing graphics without the lag? Well, my friends, Nanite is here to save the day. When Unreal Engine 5 came out, it introduced a revolutionary new way to render geometry called Nanite, a groundbreaking way to render geometry. A Nanite mesh is a static mesh with Nanite enabled on it. Imagine every object in your game made up of tiny flat planes of geometry called polygons. More polygons mean longer loading times and a slower frame rate. That's where Nanite swoops in with its superhero cape. A Nanite mesh is still essentially a triangle faces at its core with a lot of level of detail and compression applied to its data. Triangles works better for games than quads. Nanite turns the gaming world on its head. With Unreal 5, you can have objects with millions of polygons without those dreaded long loading screens. The best part, it takes care of level of detail, LOD, automatically, so you don't have to manually set up LODs for each mesh. When objects are closer, it gets higher poly, which is why, in some games, when things don't load in correctly or it happens slowly, you can clearly see it. But wait, there's more. It's now possible to directly import film quality source arts, such as ZBrush sculpts and photogrammetry scans, right into your scene. Now, here's the real kicker. Nanite used to play well with foliage, but landscapes, not so much. Landscapes are vital for creating those expansive open world experiences, but they were stuck with lower resolution geometry non-sculptable. Landscapes allow us to create large, open worlds, easily using the tool we can sculpt in Engine, add height maps, and paint different materials quickly. This hurt our game's performance because Unreal had a tough team rendering non-native objects.
Nanite tessellation in Unreal 5.3 is now possible for texture displacements to work.
This means you can now add tons of extra detail to your landscapes. Tessellation can transform a simpler mesh into one. And guess what? There's no more worrying about landscapes lacking depth. You can swap out textures regardless of the surface, as long as you have that base texture, normal map, and ORD. So what does this all mean? Well, it means we can now have landscapes and environments with infinite detail and better than ever with tessellation. So get ready to explore breathtaking worlds. Tessellation can transform a simple mesh into one, with thousands of polygons just with the magic of textures. Guess what? No more worrying about landscapes lacking depth. You can swap out textures regardless of the surface as long as you have that base texture, normal map, and ORD. So what does this all mean? Well, it means we can now have landscapes and environments with infinite detail. Games run smoother than ever before. Nanite landscapes are back and better than ever with tessellation. So get ready to explore breathtaking worlds without previous limitations. Nanite is a passport to a new era of gaming and creativity. Cinematic rendering. Unreal Engine 5.3 introduces advanced volumetric effects, including space, volume, and path tracing for mixed volumes. These features enhance the realism of volumetric effects like smoke and fire, opening up new possibilities for cinematic quality visuals. Sparse VDB rendering, two innovative features: sparse volume textures, SVT, and path tracing of heterogeneous volumes, which bring a wealth of capabilities to the realm of volumetric effects, particularly in simulating phenomena like smoke and fire. Sparse volume textures, SVT, are akin to 3D textures or volume textures, housing texels or voxels within a 3D data structure that can be precisely referenced using three-dimensional UV coordinates. In simpler terms, SVTs serve as repositories for pre-computed simulation data representing volumetric media. This data can be leveraged within Unreal Engine's Niagara system, replacing traditional flat 2D footage with your own custom visual effects created in other 3D applications. One remarkable aspect of SVTs is their ability to imbue smoke with dynamic qualities, enabling it to cast shadows onto itself and interact realistically with lighting. You can now observe fire from various angles without it losing its believability. SVTs also extend their utility to emulate clouds. What sets these cloud simulations apart is their remarkable flexibility. You can freely manipulate their position, rotation, and size within the virtual sky. UE5 now offers more support for rendering volumes, especially within the experimental path tracer feature. This enhancement opens the door to high-quality, volumetric rendering, encompassing elements like global illumination, shadows, and light scattering. This capability holds tremendous potential for various creative endeavors, including cinematic productions, films, episodic television, games, animation, and other forms of linear content creation, all directly within Unreal Engine 5. To bring these heterogeneous volumes to life, you can create them using the Niagara Fluids plugin or by instantiating a heterogeneous volume actor with the data driven by a sparse volume texture. This empowers creators with the tools to craft immersive, dynamic volumetric effects, enhancing the visual storytelling potential of Unreal Engine 5.
Multi-process cook. Developers will appreciate the addition of multi-process cooking, which leverages additional CPU and memory resources for faster content conversion, reducing the time needed to prepare projects for specific platforms. Lumen taking a deep dive into the groundbreaking Lumen lighting system introduced in UE5. Lumen represents a paradigm shift in lighting technology, offering dynamic bounce lighting, which is crucial for achieving realism in real-time rendering. To understand Lumen better, let's explore its role in global illumination and how it differs from traditional lighting techniques. Before Lumen, game developers used a method called baked lighting to simulate global illumination. This involved pre-rendering the bounce lighting in a scene before the game was played. The results were stored in a texture known as a light map, which was then applied to the world to create the illusion of light, bouncing realistically in real time. However, this approach had a fundamental limitation. It wasn't truly dynamic or real time. The challenge is as soon as any changes are made, like moving objects or altering lighting conditions, the light maps become outdated. To update, developers painstakingly rebuild the entire environment, a time-consuming process that hinders workflow efficiency. This is why Lumen is a big deal, entering the scene as a game changer. Lumen provides true real-time global illumination, eliminating the need for pre-rendered light maps. It dynamically simulates how light rays bounce around the scene, illuminating every corner realistically. However, this revolutionary technology comes with a trade-off. It's computationally intensive and can be demanding on hardware resources. Despite the power of Lumen, games still opt for baked lighting due to its performance advantages. Baked lighting can deliver high frame rates, often reaching up to 120 frames per second, while achieving a level of visual fidelity. One significant drawback of baked lighting is the absence of real-time reflections. So game developers have traditionally used reflection spheres to capture 360-degree environment textures and project them onto reflective surfaces, the illusion of reflections. However, it requires multi-iterations to account for various reflection scenarios in the scene, making it somewhat cumbersome. The exciting news in Unreal Engine 5.3 is the integration of Lumen reflections with baked lighting. This means that you can harness the performance benefits of baked lighting for GI while still enjoying the incredible accuracy and realism of Lumen reflections. Best of both worlds, also supporting multiple bounces when hardware ray tracing, HWRT, is enabled. Adjusting max reflection, bounces setting in post-process volume to 2 or greater prevents black areas in reflections when there's enough power to handle it, opening exciting possibilities, like creating scenes with 2 mirrors facing each other and capturing the reflections accurately. In summary, Lumen is a game-changing lighting system that brings real-time global illumination to life in Unreal Engine 5. While it's demanding in terms of CPU resources, it offers unparalleled realism, unlocking new creative possibilities in the world of game development and interactive storytelling. Unreal Engine 5.3 doesn't stop here. It also includes improvements to the render resource viewer, temporal super resolution, TSR, hair systems, virtual shadow maps, substrate, PCG, and more. They can be found on the official Unreal site release notes, which I won't cover here as honestly some of it is going right over my head. Stay tuned for more updates from the Art Kaizen channel as we continue to explore the exciting world of Blender Unreal and anything else of note. Stay tuned for more updates and remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for all the latest news in the world of art and game development.